At this time, the chair recognizes Councilwoman Gym, who will present a resolution honoring Mabel Chi-Chan. Would Ms. Chan and those accompanying her please join the Councilwoman at the podium. And joining Councilwoman Gym, we have Councilman Heenan, Councilwoman Gilmore Richardson, Councilman Dom, Councilwoman Brooks, and Councilman Johnson, and Councilwoman Kiona Sanchez, Councilman O, and Councilman Green.
Thank you very much, everybody. If you know Philadelphia, and especially if you know Philadelphia.
Councilwoman, hold on one second until we get everything. Okay. Please proceed, Councilwoman.
Thank you, everybody. Good morning. If you know Philadelphia, and especially if you know Philadelphia Chinatown, there's no name more synonymous with a history of Chinese American Philadelphians in the city than Mabel Chi-Chan. We are honored today to honor Mabel and her lasting legacy and contributions to the city of Philadelphia. Mabel came here many decades ago with a dream and a vision for a vibrant, diverse city. She landed in the City of Liberty, and she definitely made it a place where all people could be here and thrive. Her home, the restaurant that she had helped run for decades on end, was Joyce and Lau. And it was often not only a place where there were celebrations and weddings and places of birthday parties and honorees and Lunar New Year celebration that you can't even imagine, where the food was boundless. And for many immigrant communities who often felt that they had to create home, they found it in Mabel's restaurant at Joyce and Lau. It was a place where people could gather, could tell stories, could laugh, could remember, and gain enough strength to build for the days beyond. And it wasn't just a place that Mabel had for the Chinese community and the Chinese American community in Philadelphia. It was a bigger gathering place for politics, to talk about the future of what the city could look like, integrated with a vibrant immigrant community that was diversifying and growing even within the Asian American community. Mabel comes from Fujian. And for the folks who may or may not know, the Fujian community has evolved and grown into one of the fastest growing communities here in Philadelphia and on the East Coast. Chinese Americans have many different ethnicities and speak many different dialects. But Mabel made sure to embrace all of it. And I'd like to give just so much gratitude, so much personal gratitude for what she was able to do. The last thing I wanted to share is that Mabel is not only a fantastic businesswoman, an amazing convener of people, a joyous host, and the most generous host in the city of Philadelphia, but she's also an incredible artist. She celebrated Chinese opera, she supported folk arts, locally, keeping cultural traditions alive for immigrant communities that don't that aren't able to see it necessarily on big stages. She made sure that she supported organizations across the city that reminded us of our folk traditions. And for so many communities, Asian American and others, but many who feel that their voices may not be reflected in mainstream culture, she reminded us of what it means to have elders who tell us stories that we're not going to always read in every book. She taught us songs that we aren't going to hear on popular radio. She reminded us of mythologies and folk tales that put people who looked like her and many others as superheroes with superpowers who could overcome the odds. And for that, this community honors you and thanks you from the bottom of our heart and City Council. So with that, we'll start. And I'm so honored to have so many members of City Council supporting this. So this resolution honors Mabel Chan and her lasting legacy and contributions to the Philadelphia community. Whereas Mabel Chan was born in 1957 in Fujian Province, China, as the second oldest daughter in a family of 7 kids, Ms. Chan's family moved to Hong Kong, where she was able to attend the most prestigious secondary high school on a full scholarship. And
whereas Ms. Chan's father immigrated alone to the United States in 1970 in hope of eventually reuniting with the rest of the family. In 1970, after 3 years of nonstop work and with the support of friends, Ms. Chan's father was able to purchase a takeout restaurant on Lehigh Avenue. And
whereas during this time, Ms. Chan had severe appendicitis and was deemed by doctors as unsavable. At the time, Ms. Chan wanted to become a monk after being exposed to Buddhist philosophies. After surviving appendicitis, Ms. Chan decided she would dedicate her life to doing good deeds. And
whereas in 1974, 4 years after Ms. Chan's father immigrated to the United States, Ms. Chan and her mother reunited with him. The family settled on the second floor apartment of the takeout restaurant in North Philly that Ms. Chan's father owned. And
whereas 3 years later, Ms. Chan, with the support and blessings from her father, took over the management of her father's restaurant. Ms. Chan worked early mornings and late nights, which allowed her to learn essential management skills for her future. And whereas Ms. Chan and her family longed to move to Chinatown, a noticeably underdeveloped neighborhood given its proximity to Center City, where the Chan family could find a community whose members spoke their language of Cantonese. After 6 years of backbreaking labor, Ms. Chan, her sister, and her father were able to purchase a paper factory warehouse at 1026 Ray Street. The Chan family converted the warehouse into a restaurant named Joy Sin Lao, and
whereas Joyce and Lau officially opened on October 25, 1983, and became a monumental success that influenced business and investment in the Chinatown community. The restaurant is recognized as aiding the Chinatown community to secure its economic footing in Philadelphia. The eatery attracted a host of well-known figures from the Philadelphia community, such as Ed Rendell, Mike Stack, Bob Brady, and Tom Fugliato. And nope, I checked, it's Fugliato.
And whereas Joy Sin Law has always been more than a mere restaurant venue for Ms. Chan. Ms. Chan operated Joy Sin Law as a place for community cultivation for individuals who do not have a sense of belonging anywhere else in the city due to language and cultural barriers. This commitment has made Ms. Chan known as a second sister in the Chinatown community, the big sister who looks out for everyone. And whereas Joy Sin La has also been a starting point for many revered chefs and restaurant owners who have established anchoring institutions in Chinatown, such as Jade Harbor, Yakitori Boy, K-Top, and Ocean City. And
whereas Ms. Chen established a long-standing commitment to her community. For years, the restaurant was a stable source of employment for many students who worked part-time at the restaurant and were provided housing on the 4th floor of the building. Ms. Chan also donates her restaurant's profit to elderly centers in Chinatown, where she also performs traditional Chinese opera and serves bento boxes to elders. In addition, Ms. Chan began the tradition of an annual Chinatown Independence Day celebration banquet and brought the community members together to participate in a parade and
she is definitely a class act. When you think of Judith Von Zellick in the business community, Joan Krajewski of the Northeast, Marian Taskell of the city, Ms. Chan is that in Chinatown. There is not a conversation where she is not navigating or at the center of or moving forward, and we thank you for that leadership as a woman. I appreciate the role that you play in your community. Whereas Mrs. Chan has used her resources and personal fortune to support victims of domestic violence and to connect crime victims to free legal services. In 2008, following a series of violent incidents in South Philadelphia High School, Mabel took the initiative to hold a meeting of the community leaders to address the persistent issues of bullying against Asian immigrants
And I too want to echo the sentiments of my colleagues. I've had the opportunity to dine and interact with Ms. Mabel Chin several different times at a restaurant in Chinatown, so the day is truly an honor and a pleasure. Whereas Ms. Chan is a trailblazer in her community and became the first female president of the Chinese Benevolent Association, and in 2007 was appointed as the chairwoman of the association's board, which made tremendous contributions of service to the city of Philadelphia. Whereas Mabel Chan has been credited with uplifting the Chinatown community and has been an integral part of fostering a neighborhood where everyone, regardless of their barriers they face, can thrive.
Mabel Chan's story is that of many Philadelphians, a narrative of people who choose to call the city home and dedicate their lives to improving their neighborhoods through strong communities. Her lasting legacy is deeply intertwined in the history of Philadelphia and that of Chinatown. So now, therefore, be it resolved that the Council of the City of Philadelphia honors Mabel Chan and her legacy and contributions to the city. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And its chair recognizes Ms. Chan for remarks.
I'm really surprised and I'm really happy and I'm really excited and really appreciate it. Thank you everyone and thank you all council members for this great honor. I was the first female member to join the Chinese Hissing Association and also the first female person of CPA. I'm proud to stand here today with Councilwoman Helen Gym and our first Asian American Councilwoman Helen Gym. And thank you, Councilwoman Helen Gym again. Sorry. And also thank you, Councilman Masquela, our district councilman. And we have and thank you all council members and your friends and support of our immigrant community. Thank you so much. Thank you all. May I go in to say a few words in Chinese for our Chinese members? They are here today. Okay? 親愛嘅我哋 各大嘅僑團首長、我嘅親人、各位兄弟姊妹，今日呢個獎呢，應該係屬於你哋嘅，因為冇你哋，我點可以得到獎呢？因為有你哋喺我身邊支持我，所以我會鼓勵自己做得最好。嚟多謝你哋，嚟為我哋僑北去服務。希望我哋大家團結一致，為我哋嘅輝城將來做得更好、更進步。我哋將我哋中美友誼更得更好，因為咧美國係我哋多民族嘅國家，我哋要同每一個地方嘅朋友做好朋友，嚟將我哋嘅美國 America make a beautiful America in the future， 將我哋美國做得最好為止。Thank you all, our councilmen, councilwoman. Thank you so much. Thank you, and Maria too. And they were all everyone. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilor Biddies.